What up, everybody? We're back. Week 6. What? Week 7. Got away from me a little bit there. Bad London game this morning. Bad result. Not good. Maybe not a good fantasy day for a few people, especially me. Leaving the 19 on the bench. But Week 7. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we head into Week 7. We got a big soccer match going on back here, too. Quick hit number 1. Top tier. 3 teams sit atop the league at 5-1. 2 of them, familiar faces. 1 of them, not so much. The Jeans knocked off Superfly last week, handing the Flies their first loss of the season in what could be a title game preview. We'll see. Of course, Superfly won the championship last year. Jeans, many championships before that. This week, Jeans take on Phil's Fugitives, losers of 2 in a row, of course, after a 4-0 start. Will be a big game. Fugitives looking to get back into the conversation with a win they can. Jeans looking to extend that lead. Let's take a look at the third team, though. Surprise team, all business. The league's longest winning streak, 5 in a row. Looking to push to 6-1, and if things go right, maybe alone at the top of the standings? We'll see. With just one 4-2 squad, though, the Fugitives, a loss isn't a horrible thing for either of these teams. A win, though, is a nice little boost, getting them a little bit further away from the pack. Quick hit number 2. Starting anew. 3 teams we talked about last week. King Quan, Highly Trained Apes, and No Comment that were in losing streaks. Snapped those streaks last week. NC and Apes, 4 in a row losses. Quan, 3 in a row. Now, they all look to start another streak. No Comment. Huge night from Matthew Hayball on Thursday night. They're leaning on that. This morning did not go as well in London. Meanwhile, the Apes and Kings yet to kick off. We'll talk about the Kings here in a little bit. Quan sitting on 18 points from Will Lutz. Thursday night, Will Lutz. What a game. Didn't see that until this morning. That's some wild stuff. So all those teams, of course, looking to get back into the conversation. Looking to get back into the middle. We've got enough parity right now that even the 2 and 4 teams could be in the race, right? There's one team, though, that things haven't gone well for. Quick hit number 3. Getting late early. We talked about the Tinfoil Kings. Hard luck. Talked about them last week. Maybe we jinxed them, because for the first time this season, the Kings were held under 100 points. Now, they face a must-win versus the Highly Trained Apes. This one will come down to Monday night with Lamar Jackson playing on Monday night. Kings without Dallas Goedert. We'll see if they turn to Mark Andrews, who's been slightly resurgent in the last few weeks. A loss for the Kings, though, would drop them to 1-6. Playoffs might be fading into the distance for TFK if they drop another one. So we'll see if they can get a win today. Not a good loss for the Apes if they fall in this one either. Quick hit number 4. Cop drop. After week 1 high score, Future Cop faded. Of course, they won another game, but now 3 losses in a row. Cooper Kupp is going to miss another game. Maybe thought he'd be back this week, but he will be out. Devontae Smith, though, returned. Great game last week, scored a touchdown. We'll see if what the Cops do. Of course, take it on King Quan, just mentioned. Hoping to send Quan back to their losing ways. Maybe 2 ships passing in the night with the Cops going up and Quan going down. We'll see what happens there. Quick hit number 5. It happened. We're in trade season. 2 players on the move. The big one, Devontae Adams. The smaller one, Amari Cooper. But when looking at those 2 players, maybe Amari Cooper is the guy that people should watch for. Heading to Buffalo. Buffalo does not have a number 1 receiver. At least they didn't. But now they have Amari Cooper. We'll see if Josh Allen and Amari Cooper can establish some trust and some connection, as the Bills really need that position. On the other hand, I don't know what Devontae Adams is doing. On his way to New York, play with Aaron Rodgers, who through 5 games, has looked awful. Let's be honest. Aaron Rodgers has the second longest streak, in NFL history of not throwing for over 300 yards as a starting quarterback. I think Byron Leftwich holds the record. That tells you about where Aaron Rodgers is right now. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think maybe the team that came out the worst in this situation, or maybe the best, is unfinished business. Of course, they have Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson. We'll see if Garrett Wilson's targets take a hit. Tinfoil Kings taking a wait-and-see approach with Devontae Adams. Seems like all businesses with Amari Cooper, too. See how these guys do this week. learning curve. See if they can slot in there and pick things up. Will be interesting to see how these guys finish the season. Of course, trades have been great for some players. I think Amari Cooper to Dallas a couple years ago was pretty good for him. Not great for other guys. We'll see which one these guys end up on. Finally, player to watch. Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry has reemerged as a threat, all thanks to Jaden Daniels. I mean, Terry McLaurin has had like 10 different quarterbacks in the last few years, so getting a consistent quarterback with Jaden Daniels will definitely help. Today, Terry faces a bad defense and coming off a 20-point game. King Quan will need Scary Terry McLaurin to be back today. We'll see if they get what they got last week and if Terry can power them to a second straight win. That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits. Week 7. We're almost halfway through the season, guys. Let's keep it up. Good luck to everybody this week, except the Dime Bags.